Yo, Prediction Fiago is back. This time I'm wearing my Atalanta kit, and this can only mean one thing. I'm gonna predict the whole remaining Europa League season, the quarterfinal, the semi-final, all the way to the final and the winner, just like I already did with the Champions League. You guys wanted me to do this with the Europa League as well. Not just wanted, you demanded it, and who am I to reject the wishes of the community? Let's dive into it. And for this, we're gonna be using the official UEFA bracket game. This is the same website or app where we also do our UCL Fantasy, our UCL predictions. They did release bracket games for the UCL, UEL, and also the Conference League. And today we're going to predict this whole bracket with the 8 remaining teams of the Europa League. From England, West Ham United. From France, Lyon. From Germany, we have Frankfurt and Leipzig remaining. From Spain, we have Barcelona. From Italy, Atalanta. From Portugal, Braga, underdogs. And another surprise inclusion is Rangers from Scotland. Not gonna lie, I actually think that the Europa League this season is just as exciting to me as the Champions League. Definitely the best Europa League season based on quality and excitement that we've had for years. I think, once again, the creation of the Conference League has really boosted this competition. And you just love to see that. Here we have a look at the market values of the 8 remaining teams. Of course, Barcelona is there by quite a margin. But after that, there's a bunch of teams who are all pretty much on the same level. And just Rangers and Braga are, on paper, kinda the underdogs. But once again, all of these 8 are class teams. And let's get straight into it with the first quarterfinal. West Ham United against Olympique Lyon. 2 teams that have absolutely impressed us this season. They both came from the Europa League, didn't drop down or anything. They both finished first in their group stages and both knocked out a big name in the round of 16. West Ham beat serial winners and one of the title favorites, Sevilla, and Lyon, also kind of surprising to me, knocked out Porto. Surprising because the French side is anything but convincing this season in Ligue 1 domestically, but they do seem to be taking the Europa League seriously, and they also have the quality to face West Ham. I think these two are pretty much on the same level, so it's going to be a tough one, man. They play at the London Stadium first, and then the return leg is going to be decided in France. You know what? You could argue Lyon pretty much out of the European spots in Ligue 1, not fully, but realistically, so they could be more focused on the UEL than West Ham, who are still in the middle of the most challenging league of them all and fighting for a top 6 finish there. But I'm actually going for the opposite. West Ham currently, for me, have that kind of European spirit. I think this competition matters a ton to them and to their fans. They always seem to be putting up a special mentality in these games that we've seen from them so far. So I could see them kind of even neglecting the Premier League, if you can do that. I think they won't finish top 6 there, but they will make it pretty far in Europe. I will give West Ham the edge here and say they are going to the semi-final and facing either Frankfurt or Barcelona. First of all, it's massive for Frankfurt to be this far in the UEL once again. Always kind of a mid-table team in Germany, but they do manage to get results in Europe. They were in the semi-final in 2019, where they only lost to future champions Chelsea on penalties, almost made the final there. They already wrote a success story. Now they're on track to write the next one, but can they beat a rejuvenated Barcelona side that's looking like they're on the best way to get back to former glory? I don't know if Frankfurt can keep up there, to be honest. Based on football quality, surely not. What Frankfurt rely on massively is their fans. I will go ahead and make the bold claim that out of these 8 teams, Frankfurt have the greatest fan base, the most passionate fan base. Rangers are amazing as well, but Frankfurt fans, man, you've got to see them in Europe. They are insane. They will probably go to Barcelona with like 25,000 fans or so. I actually wanted to go to one of these games, and you won't believe that, but I looked up flights to Barcelona, and usually you can easily fly from Germany to Barcelona and back for a combined maximum 100 euros. But for the 14th of April, it's actually more like 300 euros, no matter where you are, especially from Frankfurt, obviously, but even in my area, Cologne, Düsseldorf, the prices are skyrocketing, and that just shows the impact of these Frankfurt fans. So look forward to the atmosphere in these 2 games. They're gonna be mwah. And I still have some hopes that I can go to the game in Frankfurt, but I do think that's gonna be impossible as well. Anyway, let's get back to the pitch, and there I do think, as great as Frankfurt fans are, it's gonna be very tough for them, seeing that the return leg is sadly not in Frankfurt but in Barcelona. If they played the second leg in Frankfurt, I would tell you anything could happen. But now the question is really gonna be, can Frankfurt beat Barca there at home, get a good result? Because they're in Barcelona at Camp Nou, I'm pretty sure they will lose, so they would really need to win here, maybe even 2-0, to get that kind of puffer needed to survive 90 minutes or more at Camp Nou. And my heart, of course, tells me Frankfurt, because I just want them to do well. Amazing club, amazing fans, but my logic, my brain, kinda edging towards Barcelona here, because we've seen them play in El Clasico. They're only getting better under Xavi. It seems like that. Barca will do it, and they will be facing West Ham in the semi-final. We're gonna get to that later, but this one's definitely my favorite fixture. Now, let's get to the second semi-final. Who's gonna be in there? First of all, we'll have a super tough one. Leipzig Atalanta Atalanta. One of these is going to be in the final four. The Bulls came down from the group of death in UCL, obviously, then knocked out Real Sociedad, and then got a free ticket to the quarterfinals because they were facing Spartak Moscow, who, as a Russian team, were banned from European competition. So Leipzig basically got a wild card to the last 8, which doesn't mean they don't deserve to be here. Atalanta, though, they also came down from UCL, then comfortably beat Olympiacos and also later Leverkusen, who I also saw as kind of joint favorites. So big result there for Atalanta. My guy Malinovsky, I would be super happy for him to move even further in the competition. Atalanta are a great team to watch as well. But I'm going to make it quick and dirty. This will be 2 footballing masterclasses. I think both teams play amazing attacking football, but I am leaning towards the Bulls. RB Leipzig, I think, will go to the semi-final. They're slightly better than Atalanta there at the end of the day. Since they appointed new manager Domenico Tedesco, it only went up for them, really. They were like mid-table in the Bundesliga and really struggling in most games, but now with Tedesco on the best way to still finish 3rd in the Bundesliga, they could win the DFB Pokal, although, you know, we are going to take that. No, but seriously, they do also have a strong case for Europa League, in my opinion. They're going through for me. Now, who's going to face them? I would say the battle of the underdogs. Braga and Rangers, by far the 2 least valuable teams based on market value in this competition. We simply have to admit that, but they should definitely still be taken seriously, and one of them is going to go to the last 4. They both finished 2nd in their group, so they both already played 2 knockout rounds. Braga knocked out former UCL underdogs Sheriff and also surprisingly now Monaco, while Rangers obviously pulled off an incredible win against Dortmund and also knocked out Red Star Belgrade. So this is really going to be 50-50. Day form will decide. A little bit of luck, of course, comes in there as well, but I say the opponent of Leipzig in the semi-final will be the 4th placed in the Portuguese league, Braga. Yeah, sorry to the Rangers, who are big friends of Hamburg, but I just have a feeling that Braga, no one had them on their list. I didn't have them on my list at the start of the season, but they are the biggest surprise then in the semi-final of the Europa League. I can just feel that, and these are my final 4. West Ham against Barcelona and Leipzig against Braga. So first of all, looking at this one, Mark Noble lighting up the Camp Nou. Who doesn't want to see that, and who expected to see that a few years ago, and he would still do that in his career? Absolute scenes, man. I'm looking forward to this game. Now, I already talked about West Ham's European spirit this season, but would it be enough to knock out the Catalan Giants? To be quite honest with you, I can't see it. Barca, for me, are the first finalists. They're just playing great now, and to the people that say Barcelona won't take the Europa League seriously, it's just a tin pot trophy for them. Not at all, man. Let's be honest, this is a big trophy now. Look at those teams in the last 8. This isn't the tin pot trophy that you think anymore. Never was, by the way, but now even bigger. For me, the Europa League is a great way for a team like Barcelona in a rebuild to prove themselves with all the young guys before they attack the UCL again in the next years. I think this is a great milestone, and so I'm fully convinced that they will take this competition 100,000% seriously. And if they go all in, we've now seen what they can do in the Clásico, they will also be too much to handle for West Ham. I'm sorry. So Barcelona first finalist, and who will be playing them? Will it actually be Braga or will it be Leipzig, who are the huge favorites in this fixture? I'm gonna make this quick and easy as well. If this semi-final happened, I do think, and I'm pretty sure, that Leipzig will be Barca's opponent, and so this is actually a sick final. Maybe not the greatest choice in Germany when it comes to the atmosphere that the fans would create. Imagine Dortmund or Frankfurt fans in the final, for example. Way more electrifying, but the football that Leipzig play, they simply deserve to be in this. I think they're currently the 2nd best German team, and this would be a worthy final. Big FC Barcelona, with all the titles that they've won, against the new and plastic RB Leipzig, founded in 2009. And fun fact, well, it's not that surprising, RB Leipzig's first ever title in the club history. So actually, this final would be super interesting, not only on the pitch, but also from the backstories for both clubs. For Barca, as I said, could be a vital step in their rebuild back to former glory and to world glory. And for Leipzig, first ever title could also be a crucial step for them on the way to become an actually elite club on the level of, for example, Bayern in the future. And a final, of course, is always very tough to predict. We think one team has more quality, which in this case is obviously Barcelona, but at the end of the day, it goes differently. We saw that last year in the UCL final. It can happen, so I have to make a decision. I actually think that Leipzig can keep up with Barcelona. They have a lot of top class players in their team by now. Nkunku is there, Dani Olmo, André Silva, Soboslai, Emil Forsberg, Angelino, their centre-back pairing, very young lads, Simakan and also Josko Gvardiol. And Domenico Tedesco has managed to assemble all these quality lads and build a super tough team to beat from that. Most football fans won't want to hear this from me, but I'm saying Europa League champions 2022 will be the Red Bulls from Leipzig. Either way, this would be one hell of a final that I think the final is in Budapest or so. Maybe I can somehow go to that. Well, knowing my luck, at the end of the day, it's gonna be Lyon against Braga. No, I'm pretty confident of this one. But of course, this side of the bracket, semi-final and final, is very, very hypothetical. We first of all have to know the quarterfinal results, and those are what I mainly predict here. So for me, West Ham, Barcelona, Leipzig and Braga going to the semis, and from there, if that happened, this would be my prediction for the rest of the tournament. So you heard it here first. RB Leipzig will be winning their first ever title in club history in this season's Europa League. So these were my predictions. Let me know yours in the comments, of course. These prediction videos always spark some good debate, so let me know your final four, and if you want, also your prediction for the rest of the tournament, just like I did it right now. If you guys want, I'm also going to be doing the same thing with the Europa Conference League, so we have all three European competitions. For me, the Conference League is actually the most underrated of them all, so let me know that in the comments as well. Hopefully I'm seeing you guys there. Prediction Fiago's out. Peace.